Hey everyone, Tony George, Sunday update. That's right, Daytona 500, the granddaddy of them all today in NASCAR. Going to give you a couple free leans along with a free basketball pick later tonight in the Pac 12 as well, and some bonus NASCAR talk. Speaking of NASCAR, we got a 3-pack up today. We've got a 4-unit and a 3-unit head to head matchup each, and then a top 5 pick as well. On our card today, Doc Sports, free $60, link in the description below. And of course, we have our last day for the 20% off season package, plus 13,700 to the good for a $100 player over the last 3 years in NASCAR. Top handicapper at Doc's 2 out of the last 3 years, and we are ready for NASCAR this season. Enjoyed the Xfinity race yesterday. Big wipeout at the end of the race, as usual. Be par for the course again today. My buddy J.J. Yaley got 13th place yesterday with kind of a new race team for Xfinity this year. So tip of the hat to J.J. for hanging in there and avoiding the big wipeout and finishing strong. So today we've got our card ready. Our NASCAR discount is 20% off the season pass. The promo code, when you pull it up on the website, Tony George, and then just pull up NASCAR season pass, there's a promo code box in there. Type in TG NASCAR 20. TG NASCAR 20. And if you've never been a member at Docs and want to get on board for NASCAR this year, we're parking a free $60 in your account. You put that towards it as well, and even get more of a discount. So be sure and get over to Docs. Get ready to go. Let's rock and roll, baby. Big race today. Also in college basketball, not my year. We all know that. Very transparent about it. 7-unit play today. I know a good bet and a weak line when I see one. Small conference, completely under the radar, early tip, 7-unit pick. I'm 2 dimes into it, so you want to join me? It's over at Docs. NHL 4-unit best bet today as well. Cased our last 2 cards in the NHL. Let's go ahead and get to your free picks, and let's talk NASCAR real quick here. I'll give you a top 5. I kind of like Joey Logano in a top 5. He's around, I don't know, plus 145 or something like that. Worth a half a unit. Think he'll run well. He was running well in the duel till he wiped out. Last year he was leading the race till he wiped out at the very end of the race. He'll run well today. Now we have next gen cars. This is a completely different car setup. Downforce, all kinds of different things they put on these cars. Now they were drafting. I thought they drafted well in the Xfinity race. It's of course the difference between an Xfinity car and a Monster Cup car is different. But we saw some of these duels the other night. You saw some of the big name drivers did not finish that well in those duels, and that's because they're kind of just testing out their car and seeing what works in certain situations, drafting and how they corner and all kinds of different things. It takes a while to get used to it. The big names will hang back in the back of the pack today and then make it run late once they get their car dialed in. And the bigger race teams are going to have an advantage. Childress, Penske, Stewart-Haas, these type of guys, these big race teams are going to have a better handle on a car versus like a Woods Brothers team or something like that. Just saying. But I'd take Logano in a top 5. Also in a head-to-head matchup, you can get Eric Almirola minus 115 to 120 over Austin Cindric. I think that's one I passed on. I only wanted to do a triple header day, but I had that written up. Eric Almirola, head-to-head, minus 115 to 120 on the money line against Austin Cindric. And Almirola runs for Stewart-Haas Racing, and does pretty well on these super speedways. There's just some drivers that do well on super speedways like Daytona, Talladega, even Charlotte to a certain degree. And the other guys are 1.5 mile oval racers, and other guys are just short track race like Darlington and some of those. So it's a different breed of driver that wins this type of race, and I wouldn't surprise me at all if you've got someone in there at the end of the race with a big wipeout that wins it that's way down the list. It just depends on where you're at the end of the race. That being said, let's get to college basketball and the free play there. We swept yesterday. Kansas came in for you. That over in that Mo Valley game was a no-brainer. Wow, that was a high-scoring game. So let's get another win for you in the free pick category here in college basketball. We look to USC taking on Washington State tonight. And I like the under 133 in this matchup. Pardon me, they played way back in December. And it was a 61-63 game. USC won by 2. You take a look at some of the recent numbers and what's going on, where teams are at right here, right now. Now, both these teams average allowing 63 points a game, which is more than respectable in college basketball. And they're pretty steady on that number if I look down the recent games, their last 10. But Washington State's offense leaves a lot to be desired. As a matter of fact, they've scored 56, 59, 55, and 60 in their last 4 games. And in their last 5 games overall, they're scoring 59 points a game on offense, 58.7 or something. We'll round up. USC, despite being one of the better teams in the country, is a 4-loss team here. Kind of under the radar, don't get a lot of press. You know, Arizona gets all the press out of the Pac-12. They didn't look very good yesterday either. Wow. But USC's only scoring 68 a game their last 5. You take a look at this. Whenever Washington State plays somebody good, like a team that's better than 600, you know, on win percentage, they're 5-1 on the unders. They give, and USC's laying 6 here, which is a dangerous number in my opinion, despite the fact that Washington State has stunk it up the last 4 games and lost them all. Looks too easy to lay that number with a highly ranked team. I'm not getting near that number. I think this goes under 133 though tonight. USC, Washington State. Fast track to profits, NASCAR today. Granddaddy of them all going off. Let's get it.